Hi, I'm Daphne Richards, and we've got another great question this week from one of our viewers. With watering restrictions in place, many people only have time to water at night and still be within the window of time of the restrictions. Sheila would like to know if watering her lawn at night will encourage fungi and other diseases. Well, Sheila, the answer is yes and no. During the summer, when watering restrictions are typically in place, the temperatures are usually so hot that the air is not as humid, and so diseases would be less of an issue on lawns. When watering at night, if the air has some room for moisture to evaporate, the leaf surface is dry enough to decrease the likelihood of diseases, as long as the soil also has time to dry during the week before the next watering. So the real issue is awareness of the environment and managing it, whatever it happens to be. If the air is very humid, say 80 or 90%, and the weather predicts that it's going to stay that way, it would be better to water your lawn in the morning so that the sun can burn off the water from the leaf blades. But with garden beds and other plants, the question may be a little more complicated. If you have mulched beds, that mulch retains more moisture, so the leaves of your plants may stay wet longer, especially if they're in the shade. In those beds, it might be best to use soaker hoses or other drip irrigation at night so that the leaves don't get wet. Sheila also asks about brown patch on lawns. Brown patch is caused by a fungus and is most commonly found in warm to hot weather, above 80 degrees, when we're getting lots of rain or the grass is being overwatered. Areas of the lawn with poor drainage are especially susceptible. If you have brown patch, you'll need to manage it with a fungicide, but you'll also need to change the environment in order to truly control the problem. Our plant of the week is beech vitex, Vitex rotundifolia. If you do an internet search of this plant, the first thing you'll see is that it's considered an invasive species on the eastern coast of the U.S. But there's no need to worry here in central Texas. Beech vitex does spread quite nicely, but it will not become invasive in your landscape. I would suggest against planting it along any waterway or in any natural areas though. Beech vitex gets about 1.5 feet tall and can spread 3 feet or more wide. It loves the full sun and laughs at the heat. Although native to coastal areas, we found that ours thrives on once-a-week watering in our sandy loam soil. Beech vitex will be most happy in a mulched bed with some moisture in the air around it, rather than in a dry, rocky area of the landscape. If you have it planted in an area that's very well drained and the soil doesn't hold much moisture, you will need to water it more often. The lovely grayish-green oval leaves are accentuated by the purplish-blue flower stems that cover the plant throughout the summer. Those flowers produce lots of seed heads that you can collect if you'd like to propagate beech vitex for other areas of your yard. It makes a great ground cover and fills in very quickly. It also needs very little maintenance once established, not even pruning off those seed heads since they're so attractive. Beech vitex is deciduous and does get a little woody as it gets older. It does benefit from light shearing in late winter before the new leaves come out. To do in your garden this week, it's a great time to plant perennials or divide and move any that you currently have in your garden. Echinacea, Gaillardia, and yarrow are 3 beautiful and easy ones to try. It's also time to plant some cool season vegetables such as broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, garlic, kohlrabi, and peas. We'd love to hear from you, so please visit klru.org/ctg to send us your pictures or plants from your garden.